This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
She is someone that helps us get a stronger body, mind, soul, spirit. We're going to focus on the body today, specifically the center of your body, the abdominal muscles, commonly called the core, but there's more to it than that, as we're going to learn today, because we're even going to go into breathing techniques. And this is all courtesy of a book that she has called Social Media Pause for Ab Cause. And so great to have back with us from New Wonderful You, Dr. Ferdina Weems on the program. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's good to be back. How about yourself? How are you doing?
Well, full disclosure, I was at the gym a couple of days ago, and I believe I pulled something that on the side of my hip. I think everything's connected to something. So I think it's like a slight glute connection to a hip. And when I, first thing in the morning now for the last couple of days, or getting out of a chair, it's like, oh. So I feel like I aged about 50 years, like overnight. But, I just overdid it. I think I overdid it, doing extensions and stretches and things like that.
That can happen, but you know what we don't realize? It can happen just naturally. It can happen when you're bending over and your muscles are tight. It can happen when you're just getting up out of bed. So we have to make sure that we know our body and listen to our body. So that's the reason why we want to talk about the core, because basically that's where you're moving from, the core. So if you're trying to lift from your back or your legs, your knees, you're going to have an issue, because you want to have a healthy core, which is one of the components of the core. Your core is your back, your abdominals, your hips, your thighs, your glutes. Today, we're going to focus on the abdominals, having healthy abdominals. What do you think about that, Steve?
I think we need it bad, and I think we don't really realize the abdominal muscles. You know, it's not just about eliminating fat in the midsection. Got that too, but it's everything. That's why it's called the core. It's everything. I don't think we realize how important it is.
That's true, because a strong, healthy core is essential for overall fitness and well-being. So abdominal muscles play a significant role in maintaining good posture, supporting the spine, enhancing athletic performance. It's just overall good. But before you can really think about how to move it, you must know the anatomy of the abdominal muscles. So we have the rectus abdominis, which often referred to as a six-pack. We talk about that six-pack cut. That's the muscle that runs vertically along the front of your abdominal. Then you have the transverse abdominals, located under the oblique muscles, which the deepest muscles providing your stability of your core, keeps your core stable. Then you have your external obliques, which is located on the side front abdominals, helping trunk rotation. We don't realize how strong and powerful abdominals are. Then we have the internal obliques, which the internal is really just your waistline. But the internal obliques situates under the external obliques to help support the trunk rotation and flexion. So when you begin aware of that, you begin to realize that, abdominals is I call them the four corners of the abs. And if I don't make sure all of them are strong, then it's not going to help me balance in my core.
What else can you teach us about the abdominal muscles? Because I think many of us are clueless.
Okay, that the benefits of having a strong abdominal is improve your posture. Sometimes we say, okay, you have back pain. Well, first of all, I would say always check with your physician so you can make sure what's going on. But
Sure.
A lot of times, because something else is weak, it could be weak abdominals, or it could be your weak hips, your weak glute, thighs. But most of the time, it's because our abdominals are not strong. So we put more pressure on our back than we do our abdominals. So it improves your posture when you're sitting, when you're standing, if you have a strong abdominals, along with a balance with the back, the hips and the thighs and the butts. It enhances athletic performance, but most important, it enhances your daily performance. It helps you get throughout the day because you begin to realize you're lifting from that core. You're not lifting from your legs. You're not lifting from your arms when you bend over to pick up something. Everything comes from the core. And if the core is strong and you got strong core and keep your BMI body mass index, your weight in equivalent, you are less happen to have acute or chronic disease. What I mean about that, most of the time they tell you the area to be concerned about picking up weight is your abdominals because that's close to your heart. And that's what brings in heart problems, diabetes. It can bring in stroke. It can bring in your immune system because your abdominals is not strong. So you want to think about that. And it reduces your risk of injury because your core is strong. It's able to move. You're moving from that trunk, rotating from side to side, bending and coming up. And it helps you to balance and have more stability within your movements.
So I spoke to a massage therapist recently, and I said, "Doesn't your hands get tired? You know, you're working on somebody all day long for years." And they said, "No." I said, "How's that even possible?" Because they said, "I'm not really using my hands. I'm using my core and my legs and my feet firmly planted." It's
Exactly.
like just what you said.
It's just like if you're doing CPR. It looks like that work is when you help us, it's coming from your hands. But if your core is not strong, it's not supporting you. That means your arms are not going to be strong. So that right, everything is coming from that core. If you got a strong core, you basically can move and do whatever you need to do. And they're so right. And most of them who have strong cores able to maintain, and they don't put, but they also know they have to still take care of their hands and their fingers, but they also know that they're able to be able to stand and endure. And also if you're doing a lot of standing, like I tell a lot of hairdressers or barbers, make sure you're shifting your weight.
Mm.
Because if you used to stand in one spot, then that's going to be some of your other muscles are going to be weakened. So make sure you kind of have one of those, they call it posture mats or something you stand on to make sure you keeping your alignment straight because it will take a toll on your body because you are standing in a certain position, bending over in a certain way. So that's important too.
I want to share with everybody before we even continue that this is in your wheelhouse. Part of your training, you in terms of fitness. Can you tell everybody your background there?
Yes. Okay, well, my background is it starts off back when I was 12 years old, where before I even got all my credentials, was I started up in my parents' daycare and I looked around and saw all the kids just being lazy. And I thought about my family, how on one side, high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes. And I said, no, let's move. So I became the fitness instructors. We started taking laps around the nursery school, working out. And then I began to realize, I looked at my family, I was like, my sister and I are not going to be like this. We're not going to have high blood pressure or diabetes. We're going to eat right and we're going to do right. This is when I was a small child. So my mother said, you're beginning to get on our nerves. So maybe you should go to school and get your credentials and go out there and teach somebody else. And that's how I got started. And with that, I started off teaching aerobics and personal training and different health clubs, like back in the day it was Bally's Health Center. And then I got into Cleveland Clinic. So I spent 25 years in the health and fitness department under Dr. Rosen, working with people in fitness, helping them to maintain a healthy lifestyle through movement. Then I went ahead and got my degrees, my certification, and I got my doctorate in health and wellness. And that's how all this came together. And then I realized, okay, I got the fitness, but we need to have behavior. So I went and got the behavior specialist to work, okay, because if you're going to change something, you got to change your behavior, which goes into mental health, which I went and got that too. And then I said, wait a minute, we got the fitness together, we got the mind together, but we don't have the behavior together when it comes to eating. So then I went and got the nutrition. So now I have the total package to help you not just look good on the outside, but also on the inside.
Mm. So, what are some of the other things that we can do for Dina? Obviously, exercise, strength training, things like that.
You can do nutrition, health nutrition for your abdominals, a balanced diet, which means 90% of the week you're going to eat healthy. Then that time you have that special event, 10% eat what you want to eat. You want to try to make sure you're eating 25% protein, 25% carbs, and 50% fruits and vegetables. You want to also make sure you stay hydrated. See, a lot of times we drink pop, we drink soda, we don't drink enough water. Water is essential for your body to help flush out. Then you also want to make sure you get your limit your processed foods. Now we all know what that is. Fried foods or Potato chips, yeah, we like them, but that's your 10% day. Not all throughout the week. Your donuts, your Starbucks. Nothing against Starbucks is good, but you can't have that every day. Not against Dunkin' Donuts, but you need to watch how many donuts you eat. But then also, you want to make sure you get your proper rest. All this is no good if you're not getting rest because we found out you cannot lose the weight, you cannot maintain your health if you're not getting your proper rest. So we look like we said we have a book out that helps you with different things you can do. But then you want to also make sure that you know your body limitations. You know how much you can do with your core. So you know where you are. So you have a good starting point so you can move further on by taking it gradually, not going trying to do something overnight, or as I say, New Year's resolutions. You
Mm.
decide I'm going to do this, that, that. And then when something happens, you stop. And most important, please do not skip getting your annual checkups every year. So
Mm.
you know what's going on with your blood pressure, your cholesterol, with your fat index. Do not forget that.
Yeah, it's so interesting. We talk about potato chips, and I think part of the population thinks that, well, it's potato. It's natural. It's good for you. How bad could it be? It's pretty bad.
But it's how you cook it. It's
Yeah,
everything in moderation. I'm not saying don't have potato chips, but I'm saying you can't eat them every day.
sure.
So you need to try, and its potatoes are not bad for you. It's what we do with potatoes, and what we do with different things that we eat. We want to fry it instead of maybe, okay, my 10% day is I'm going to have that fried fish, or I'm going to have those potato chips. But the rest of the day, I might eat some grilled fish, or I might just, do something different. It's how as our choice, and some of that goes back to the way we're raised. Because I know in the African American population, we were raised on fried foods, fat backs, pork chop, and chitlins. Okay, that's the way it was raised. In a different population, like in India and Asia, spicy foods. So we all have different things we're brought up on, but we have to learn it's not that it's bad, but balance. Do
Mm.
things in moderation. Consistency is the key. Being consistent in everything that you do to strengthen your core is what's needed.
So I'm going to challenge you for a moment and get personal. What'd you have for breakfast today?
I had some homemade with the granolas, oats, almond, and walnuts this morning for breakfast. And then I had second one was apples and a grapefruit.
Mm. I always forget
Because
that
see, I
grapefruit.
have to eat something in the morning, and then I have to eat something after workout to make sure I'm not drained. Workout can be to take a drain from me, so I have to make sure I eat something that keeps my energy up as I go into my day to start my out my job, individual counseling and coach, or tutoring, whatever it is that I'm doing that day.
So is it essential after a workout that you have something to fuel your body, like a protein or something?
Yeah, but I'm going to say also too with that, know your body.
Mm.
Okay, because it's all different kinds of supplements out there. Now, what I do is I make our own smoothies. So I have the fresh blueberries, blackberries, and since I'm a vegan, we use the almond milk. I have the beets powder. I have the banana. I have we put ginger in it. We put turmeric. We put in there
Ooh.
and cayenne pepper because cayenne pepper like cleans you out. So I make our smoothies. Now, every once in a while, Steve, I will go to Polk and get me one of their smoothies. That's in my 10% day.
Mm. Yeah, I've been having smoothies every day for breakfast, and it's just blueberry,
That's good.
strawberries,
That's a
banana,
good.
almond milk, and plant protein powder. And I'm loving them. They're
That's
great. But I,
good.
I forgot about the turmeric and the ginger. I can put that in there.
Yeah.
And sometimes a little zing. And sometimes I put in,
And beets, the beets are good for blood pressure, it's good
forgot
for
about that.
energy, it's good for a lot of things. We make sure we have beets, especially with my husband because of his day. So I make sure them beets is in there. The cayenne pepper clean, the turmeric's good. Oh, and the
Mm,
ginger is good
yeah.
too.
I completely
hmm
forgot about that. And that would add like
It's
so
it.
much to it. And sometimes
hmm
like you had for breakfast, I'll put in a little granola just to
hmm
and mix it all up just because it gives a little bit of crunch, a
Yeah.
little
And
texture.
I have learned though, for me, this is my body. Everybody's different. I have to make sure I'm eating some solid foods before I work out because my energy level's up, and I'm basically everything. And I drink my water before, during, and after.
Mm.
And for me, this is me too. I might eat my biggest meal in the morning. Like if we having pasta that day, I might eat that for breakfast. because I'm gonna work it out throughout the day.
Mm.
So I try not, I don't eat after 6 o'clock at night, but I try not to eat anything heavy. Now, sometimes when you're going out with friends and family, you have to eat, but I make sure it's nothing heavy because my body doesn't set on healthy food. It just does not digest like that. So
See,
everybody's
and
different.
for me, I can eat anything at any time. Like if I
See?
wasn't having that smoothie for breakfast, I would be having 3 turkey meatballs, a little bit of marinara sauce, and half an English muffin for the carbs with a tiny bit of butter and some
See?
tea. I love it.
Oh, see?
It's like that gets me
See? You
going.
got it. You have to find out what works for you and maintain a healthy balance and enjoy life. Please make sure you don't X off enjoying life and enjoying some of the foods you like to eat. Because guess what? Then you might say, I'm on a diet. But our lifestyle is not diet, it's nutrition. So enjoy that 10% day. Do that. If you want, eat it. And just make sure you stay back on your nutrition, not a diet, your new healthy lifestyle, which is your nutrition lifestyle with your physical fitness, your behavior, your mind, your fitness, and your emotions.
Mm. So, something else to support the core is intentional breath work. What can you tell us?
Yes. Well, we're going to do a belly breathing, which is very good. And you don't need any equipment but yourself. And all you have to do is follow my voice. So you can do this anywhere in the car when the traffic is backed up, or if you're on a lunch break, or if you're trying to ignore somebody. No, I'm just joking. But I'm just saying you can do this anywhere. So with the belly breathing, you want to make sure that if you're in a place where you can sit down, sit up straight, make sure your feet are on the floor. Now, sitting up straight, sitting in a neutral position don't mean your back is up against the chair because that means you have an arch in your lower back. It means sitting neutral, lined up with your pelvis, lined up with your shoulders, okay? Line up. And you want to just relax. You want to place one hand on your belly button and one on your chest. You want to make sure that you relax, shoulders are dropped. And what you're going to do is when you inhale through your nose, you're just letting your belly expand. So you're inhaling through your nose. And when you exhale through your mouth forcefully, you want to tighten up your abs. And that's how we get this muscle control. So think about inhaling through your nose, breathing deeply, thinking about the goodness, the things that you've done. It was good today, things that encourage you. And as you exhale forth, so think about that negativity you want to let out of you. And you blow out, but you want to stay in control. That's why you tighten up your abs. So let's try that one more time on a count of 4. So you're going to inhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale forcibly for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it one more time. Focusing on as you inhale, letting your abs go. And exhale, tighten up your abs, saying you're in self-control and releasing all negativity. You can try that a couple times throughout the day, while you're getting ready for work, on your way to work, while you have a break,
Mm.
while you're in traffic, while you're standing in the grocery store line. Folks don't know what you're doing. You can do an elevator. And at the same time, you are getting in tone and in shape.
And reducing stress too.
Yes,
Mm.
right. You're doing 2 things. You're doing a couple things at one time. You tighten up your abs. You inhaling, getting yourself together, and you exhale out negativity and self-doubt, insecurity. But at the same time, you're keeping that control because you're tightening up your abs. You're in control of this situation. And so if you're angry, it's a good thing to do because you're in control of the situation. You're frustrated, it's a good thing to do. If you feel like you want to tell somebody off, this is a good thing to do because then you can control it before it happens.
Mm.
And toning up your abs too.
Well,
Now,
it's
I'm not saying you
interesting.
shouldn't do all the other workouts. I'm not saying you shouldn't do all the core strengtheners, but I'm saying this is something you can do in your time without have to go get equipment or go to a gym. You was getting ready to say something, Steve?
It seems like there's a lot of control going on here. You are essentially in control of a situation because you're intentionally breathing and you're controlling the exhale, almost like if you had a balloon, you blow up the balloon and yeah, like as a
Mhm.
kid, you let a little bit of air out, a little bit of air out, as opposed to and that's the end of it. Um, Interesting.
Right.
I had a boss. This is going back like 25 years, and many times in a challenging situation, he would do just what you said in front of us. He would just like, and he would say, "Okay, so
Hmm.
how are we going to take care of that? We need to, whatever we need to do." And he would do it again. I had no idea what was going on. At first I thought that
Hmm.
he was disgusted with the team because he's, if you look at some of that, no, he was intentionally breathing and processing the event. And now, years later, friends with him since then, he practices yoga, and it pretty much turned his
I
life
was just
around.
going to say that yoga and Pilates, and also if you're looking for someone to help you, I'm also certified in yoga, Pilates, and Tai Chi.
Look at
And
you.
Tai Chi is very good for ones with arthritis and muscle joint problems, and it's also good for the core.
Wow.
So there's so many different things you can do.
You got a full arsenal going on there when like talking about a 360 approach.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Yes.
you work, Fredina, can you work with people on a virtual basis when it comes to this kind of stuff as well?
Yes, everything we do is online.
Wow.
Because we have a studio, we have how many studios? We have four different studios in the house, Steve. My husband has his major music studio downstairs, his backup upstairs. We have the wellness studio downstairs, which has like treadmills, bikes, all the equipment you need to work with somebody. And then we have the studio I'm in now, which is the educational studio. So we have a studio downstairs that's strictly for fitness.
What's the starting point? If somebody's just feeling that they got to let themselves go when it comes to their fitness and also their diet, do they reach out to you? Would you hear them and then
Yes.
come up with a program?
Yes, please do. We have a 15-minute free consultation where you can just reach us at New Wonderful You, NUWONDERFULLULLC.com, or you can call me at 1216-200-5486, or if you just want to email me at Fredina, FREDINA, New Wonderful You, just like the website, LLC.com. And feel free to go into the book section and check out the social media pause for ab cards and other books. And if you need some music for healing, energize, and strength, check out my handsome husband's music session, where he has a phenomenal voice where he can sing you contemporary inspirational gospel music and upbeat music. So we have everything that you could possibly need that we can help you. But first, please do the free consultation so we can make sure we're meeting your needs accordingly.
Amazing. Like this truly is.
You wonderful you. We're here for you. We are wellness